Well, good morning and welcome to the Art Lewis Show. We're trying to make contact right now with Matt Fallon, who is out at the Midland Country Club for the Dow Championship. Matt, are you turning up your mic? I heard some sounds coming through his speaker a little bit earlier on, so we will continue trying to do that. Matt's going to be joined by a variety of guests here this morning, talking about all sorts of things going on out at the Midland Country Club and having to do with the Dow Championship out there. Plenty of things to be excited about here as we get into the week. Matt's going to be filling in for Art for the remainder of this week as well. But today, at least to start off with, he's going to be talking with the Executive Director of Covenant Healthcare Foundation, Kristen Knoll, and then a little bit later on, some people from My Michigan, My Pros, and some veterans programming that's going on out there. I'm going to send you to a quick break while we try and fix this up here in the studio, and we'll be right back.
Wednesday, August 13th at
We're back with you now on the Art Lewis Show. Jonathan Dent filling in for Matt Fallon, who's filling in for Art Lewis here this morning. Matt's out at the Midland Country Club for the Dow Championship. Still waiting to get in contact with him. The good news is Art is also out at the Dow Championship and knows this remote stuff a little bit better than either Matt or I, and probably the two of us put together. So I've heard he's on scene getting this all set back up. So excited to see, or hopefully in the next few minutes hear from Matt once again. You heard that promo for some sports broadcasting going on. I'll go ahead and throw this out there. Tigers playing tonight at 6:15 against the Athletics. That a home game as well. Going back to the Dow Championship real quick, Art, the reason he's got this week off is he's tee announcing at the first hole. It's something that he's done for a while for the Dow Championship, many years out there tee announcing, and I know he has a good time with it. I know many people have a good time hearing him out there as well, especially being able to go out and see some of these amazing golfers that are coming right here to the Great Lakes Bay region, right here in Midland, each and every year for the LPGA's only team event on the tour. A little bit later on, we'll be hearing from Terry Henney. He's out at Rummel Insurance. They're celebrating their 75th anniversary. Kind of snuck up on me too, but WSGW's 75th anniversary going on as well. But we'll be hearing from Terry during the 10 o'clock hour and then during the 11 o'clock hour, and then, of course, during the farm show as well, the Rummel Insurance Open House from 4 to 9 p.m. behind their Frankenmuth office. So definitely looking forward to all of that. We're going to take another quick break here. When we come back, hopefully, we will be back in contact with one Matt Fallon. Stick around for that after these notes.
Macy's lowest prices.
An issue with our remote broadcast equipment, but we are looking forward to hearing from Matt momentarily here. Let's see. Try again.
Jonathan Dent.
Nope, we're still not. Oh, hold on. Maybe now.
How about this, Jonathan Dent?
Hey, there we go.
Hey, look at us. We're on the radio.
We're professionals. We're having a great time here.
You know what? That's just the way it works. It's amazing. One little thing gets disconnected, and the next thing you know, it's complete chaos because the battery doesn't work. And the moment the show is supposed to start, the entire remote equipment went down at that exact second.
I was actually out at a remote at the Auburn Corn Fest on Friday, and I noticed about a minute before the farm show was supposed to start and I was supposed to go on with everything, I noticed that whatever power connection I had wasn't working. So I had to unplug everything, run it across the food tent to a plug that worked. So I know the struggle. So glad we've got you back.
It is live radio.
Technology
is
a
what
joy.
we do. So we have to do this one really quickly on the air because we just have to. Jonathan, what time are we going till now?
Same time as always.
So am I good for the next 13 minutes?
We took our first break, so
Great.
Continue.
Well, then let's do this. Okay. Well, folks, you got all the inside baseball, all the ins and outs of us not being in the same place. This is live radio. So good morning, everyone. It's Matt Fallon from the Great Lakes Bay Regional Alliance. We are live with you here for the next 3 days at the Midland Country Club for the Dow Championship. We are in a different location than years past. It's actually beautiful. We can oversee 18, which if you've been out to the Midland Country Club, is kind of that iconic island hole, the par 3. From this spot, you can see 14. You can see different holes out on the course. There's a little bit of light drizzle right now, but it's super light, so it doesn't seem too bad. We can see folks in their purple shirts today. Today is the second day of the Pro-Am, and they support various charities when they're out for the Pro-Am, and this year, everyone is wearing purple, and we need to look up and see what it is. I do believe it has to do with one of the blood diseases that they go out and support. But I'm guessing that my next two guests, who are brilliant minds in the healthcare space, will be able to help out. So this morning, folks, we are joined by Kristen Knoll, the Executive Director of the Covenant Healthcare Foundation. And we also have Tara Jaliga with the Great Lakes Bay Regional Alliance hosting as well. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning. Good morning.
Wasn't that fun this morning?
Yeah, it was making sure we're awake, drink our coffee, right?
Absolutely. So everyone, the best part of all of this, if you were paying attention here this morning, is that we did have tech support. His name was Art Lewis. So Art had just come up from announcing the Pro-Am. He's always out on hole 1 for the entire outing, kind of the ultimate welcoming guest of the Great Lakes Bay region, a familiar voice that everyone knows and loves. So he was out announcing this morning, and he got done, and he walked in at the moment our equipment shut down. So it's good to have, qualified staff that's been around a moment or two that can kind of help out in moments like this. So, Kristen, so first of all, you have been in your new role at Covenant for 7 months.
Yeah.
We knew you as, public relations woman extraordinaire, and you moved over to the foundation.
Yeah.
What does the Covenant Foundation do?
So I try to describe to people that the Covenant Foundation connects good with good. So basically, folks in the community who want to do good things for the hospital or good things for our patients, we connect them to the good things that our staff are doing. Pretty simple.
It sounds like a job where you just have a basket of joy and goodness to kind of give out everywhere.
I try, and the world needs more of that lately. So yes, it's definitely a basket of joy and goodness, and it's been really fulfilling to listen to donors and volunteers to hear why they want to contribute and why they want to donate their time, their talents, or their treasure, because they all have personal stories of someone who was affected, someone who was a patient, someone who went through this time that they either want to give back to their doctors and nurses and support them in some way, or they want to make sure that the technology that their loved one had is available in the area for years to come. So it's been really fulfilling. So I hate to say it's all sunshine and roses, because it's not, but it's pretty close as you can get at work. So
yeah, no, we get it, because healthcare, it can be tough, and a lot of times when you're at a place like Covenant or Michigan or McLaren, you're not there under the best of circumstances, right?
Yeah,
and
nobody
you're dealing with
packs
a very
their bags
difficult,
to go and gets excited.
No, you're dealing with a difficult situation. For our listeners, who is Covenant today? Because I feel like when it comes to banks and healthcare, you always kind of have to hold on tight. Change is coming, consolidation, different partnerships, etc. Can you kind of give the quick one-time of who Covenant is today here in the Great Lakes Bay region?
Absolutely. So Covenant Healthcare, we're a locally led health system. We've been around as Covenant Healthcare since 1998. So in 1998, so 26 years ago, or 27 coming up now, Saginaw General and St. Luke's hospitals in Saginaw merged to become Covenant Healthcare. Both of those entities have been around since late 1800s, so 1886, 1887. So we've been in the community for a very long time. I think the cool part about Covenant Healthcare is that we are locally led, so we're not led by anyone outside of Michigan, outside of Saginaw. Our board and our executive team all reside within the Great Lakes Bay region. So they make local decisions. So when you talk to any of them, the fascinating thing is they talk about our patients like their neighbors, their family, people who they know are coming to the hospital to get care. The cool part is that we've turned into this medical hub, right? So we get patients who come from about 40 counties throughout the state of Michigan, mostly primarily a 20 county and a 6-county region, so Great Lakes Bay region and beyond. But we've really focused in and leaned in on our children's hospital. So for 50 plus years, we've had a neonatal unit. Our commitment has always been from our founding hospitals that we provide care for kids and women. And so we're still standing by that today and still making sure that we're providing care. But we are a level 2 trauma center for adults and kids, so whole family. Have a pediatric ICU, regional neonatal intensive care unit, birth center, the full gamut of medical care for kids right here in our community, which is not usual necessarily for a community of our size. So it's great.
So for our listeners, you're going to hear this repeatedly between now and the 10 o'clock hour. I love hearing that you see patients from 40 counties because the Great Lakes Bay region today is a healthcare destination. And it's the home to
world-class healthcare.
Thank you, Tara. Right on message immediately. Which we try to keep reminding people. Again, I think because so often people have those difficult situations, or someone passed away in a hospital, right? That happens, right? And so sometimes people get kind of a bad memory or perception of a hospital because it was a negative time. But the reality is this region is home to world-class healthcare, and we are becoming a destination. And people are coming here from across the state. It doesn't automatically become, I'm heading to Metro Detroit, or I'm going to Mayo or Cleveland. You can go to facilities right here in the Great Lakes Bay region and receive
world-class healthcare.
See, she's perfect. That's why Tara's here today.
And I'm done.
Just hang it up.
No, but you're here today, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so what is Covenant's role here at the Dow Championship?
Oh, yeah. So we have been a longtime sponsor here. We're proud to be a sponsor. We try to give back to our community in any way we can. And the Covenant Kids Zone is the area out there. There's activities for kids.
Fun.
But really, we know that this event is a regional event, right? And we know that it brings in people just like the Memorial Cup did last year. And we just want to be part of it and support the good things that are happening in our community.
So wait a minute. When you come here, you don't have to be from Midland County to come to the Dow Championship.
all
They
Saginaw,
let people
right?
in from Saginaw and even Bay City folk
Yeah.
or people from Pinconning
Hey,
are
now.
allowed into the Dow Championship.
Yeah. I even met a woman in the parking lot from New Jersey today. So,
Which is pretty normal here, which I love. When you're out, because I tee announce in the afternoons on Thursday and Friday, and a lot of times I'll come out and I'll see just people. When a wave goes through, you kind of have 10 minutes, and you know me, I'm chatting people up. Hey, how you doing? Yeah, who would do that, right? So what I like is last year, there were people from Canada that were here to watch Canadian players, or people from Metro Detroit that, there's someone that they wanted to see. People from Grand Rapids that were just looking for something to do for the weekend, and they came over here, and they're like, it's such a quick drive. We wanted to see a different part of the state, and we thought we would check it out. So it's one of the things, that we love about this event. I'm thrilled to see folks like Covenant step up and sponsor. Same thing like for the Memorial Cup, right?
Yeah.
We saw sponsors from across the Great Lakes Bay region, even though it was an event taking place in Saginaw County.
Yep.
I feel like everyone's doing a really good job erasing those dotted lines on the map, because at the end of the day, they don't matter, folks.
No.
We all live in a region. And events like this, I think, really highlight and showcase the region.
Yeah.
So how many years have you been coming out to this, Kristen?
oh gosh, I don't know how long has it been going on now. This is what year?
I believe it's 7 years, and this is the 6th edition, is where I think we're at. We had the 1 year of COVID, unfortunately, where we did cancel. So we did have that one kind of little blip on the radar.
Yeah.
So I think we're on the 6th edition.
So that long.
So that long. You
Yeah,
guys have been
that long.
involved since day one, right?
Yeah, yep.
What's
And
been-
have you been here with Covenant or
Yeah.
just by? Okay.
I think I came actually with the Great Lakes Bay Region Alliance to one of them
Oh
as
yeah,
well.
we did IFL.
God bless those folks. Those folks are
Yeah.
amazing.
They do God's work.
It's good that they could be a part of that. What have been your favorite parts when you come out here? What do you enjoy doing the most when you're out here at the championship?
Oh man, I think just I'm a people watcher, so I like watching the people, right, and
Yeah.
like interacting, or even the fact that they're walking all of their, their golf gear around today, and they don't have the golf carts out there. I think that's just fantastic to watch people walk and talk and laughing and enjoying themselves. I think that's wonderful. Obviously, the food, when you come out here and enjoy the food, is a lot of fun. But I just like the people watching and seeing people enjoying themselves, and it's beautiful. It's a beautiful setting, and seeing what our community has to offer.
And seeing the people and talking to the people, I feel like sometimes it's like a giant regional reunion. I see people that I haven't seen in years, or at least since the year prior.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I laugh because sometimes I'm like, okay, I'm going to come meet you. And I walk out of the Midland Country Club, and I may have to go like 100 yards. And it's like an hour later, like, wait a minute, I thought you were coming. I'm like, yeah, I'm on my way. I have only made it a few feet, and we keep running
Yeah.
into people.
Although we did figure it out today, all we have to do is unplug your battery.
It's on. It is a momentous day because people have been trying to figure out how to shut me up for years, and we found the one thing that you can unplug.
I've already
that
tweeted
will
it out.
totally get there. Yes, Jonathan Dent. He's always had the mute button to deal with me, but yeah, kind of the funny pieces of it. So, last question for you:
Sure.
What's going on that's new at Covenant here in the last little bit that you want folks to know about?
I think I just want people to know that obviously healthcare, we went through a lot with the pandemic, right? But I think that we're really focused on recruiting that next wave of healthcare folks. There's lots of opportunity in healthcare, and it's not going away. And I think that we're really focused on our development of our people, recruiting where needed, although we've don't have as many openings as we did during the pandemic, but recruiting and then training, and just really making sure that you have to have high quality people who care to provide high quality care. And I think that's, a big part of keeping the culture at Covenant Healthcare, of keeping the high quality that we expect. People expect when they go to a hospital, they're going to get high quality care. And that's what we try to deliver on. The extras of the hotel-like stay, that's the icing on the cake. But really, we have a responsibility to our patients to take excellent care of them. I have a very close loved one who's in the hospital right now and receiving extraordinary care. And I trust that he is in good hands. And, my family has always gotten great care. My son had a medical diagnosis about a year ago that came out of nowhere. I've been working at Covenant Healthcare for 15 years. And, you hear stuff, but you're like, oh, it's not going to happen to me, right? But the system worked. I didn't have any special calls or special pull. We walked into the ER like everyone else, and that team in the ER took amazing care of my son. We have a lifelong diagnosis that we get to deal with now, and we had an amazing stay in the pediatric ICU with people who have taught us skills for the rest of our lives. But they're amazing humans, and I think just making sure that people realize that the people who do the work, giving them kudos and recognizing it's not always easy, right? You don't always have a compliant patient who wants to take their medicine and do their physical therapy, but these people are doing amazing work, and I think that's a big focus, is just keeping that passion alive for people with our partnerships, through SVSU and all the colleges and universities and CMU, and just making sure that people realize that this is a career that you can absolutely make a difference in.
Well, Kristen, great seeing you today.
Yeah.
Thanks for working
Yeah.
through the hiccups with us.
Yeah, for sure.
Enjoy your time here at the championship,
Yeah.
and we'll be back after these messages.
Sounds great. Thanks.
It could be the best years of
Welcome back to the Art Lewis Show. It's Matt Fallon, and I am live from the Midland Country Club, joined by Tara Jaliga from the Great Lakes Bay Regional Alliance. Folks, we are having an hour, whether it was having unplugged batteries that took us off the air, spilling coffee. It's complete chaos here at the Midland Country Club on day one. But we are here with various guests who are involved directly with the Dow Championship here, which kicks off tomorrow. For those that are listening that may not be familiar, the Dow Championship is a top-tier LPGA event that takes place right here in the Great Lakes Bay region in Midland. We bring in some of the absolute top women golfers in the world. It's a remarkable tournament. It's a unique tournament because it's a team format, so they're teams of two. They shift between playing best ball or alternate shot, depending on the day. And we're doing the math. It's in year 7, but it's the 6th edition, as 1 year was cut due to COVID. But it's kind of become a staple event, just not in the Great Lakes Bay region, but here in the state of Michigan.
And they're going to keep going through 2029 so far,
2029
right?
is where the contract is, and the good Lord willing, it will go beyond that. But now we are joined. We're going to kind of continue on the theme of
World-class healthcare.
World-class healthcare.
She's like a parrot. She just right on top.
Right on it, right? We're joined by the Public Relations Director at My Michigan Health, Millie Jessior.
Hello.
Good morning, Millie.
Good morning.
So you are another staple of this tournament. So let's start, first of all. My Michigan has been involved in this tournament since day one, correct?
Since day one.
I'm going to ask a crazy question.
What?
Was it even My Michigan when this started?
No, it was mid.
It was still mid then.
Yeah,
at that
so
point, right?
they had to change our logo and everything.
Yeah, and I got to tell you, I love My Michigan Health. The actual My part is really cool. The MSU guy in me, that yellow block M still takes like a half a minute.
I'm sorry.
When it comes to health, I guess I can handle it. And when it
Okay,
comes
for
to
sure.
football,
I get
it's
it.
like a no,
Yeah, that's
right?
what I'm told.
Yeah, we have a balance there.
Some people won't even take our sunscreen because it has it on.
Because
there.
it has it on there.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, sorry about that.
That's okay. Sorry.
We stick to our guns. That's what we do. So as we talk about that, remind everyone that today you are My Michigan Health. Then why did you guys switch the name, and how long ago was that now?
It's been a few years now, and the reason why we changed it was because we outgrew the mid. The mid, when we started back in the 80s, it was Clare, and then we joined with Midland, and then we added Gladwin, and since we've expanded all the way up to the Sioux. So it really is no longer mid, and it was branding changes are difficult, and it took a long time to decide what is that next generation going to look like for us. And My personalized it for people. It gave them that it is your health care, my health care. And it's really stuck, and we like it.
Oh, no, it makes all the sense in the world. And that's kind of that joke we talk about with the consolidation, and healthcare continues to morph and maneuver. My Michigan's now one of the biggest systems in the entire state of Michigan, and a Michigan-based system where not everyone is based in Michigan in healthcare. And it's just kind of one of those things you can always see on the horizon. What are they going to do next? What are they going to be looking at next? And you keep us on our toes because clearly not something you talk about, but you know that that's kind of become the norm, which is great.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, growth is outstanding. And I've worked for My Michigan Health for 20 years now. And when I started off, it was just overseeing public relations for Midland. And now it's like you just never know on any given day what partner that I'm going to get to talk to from all over, the region and beyond. But really the most exciting thing that I've seen happen in a long time is our new friends in Saginaw, Standish, Tawas. They have been so great to welcome to the family. They are so excited to be part of us, and we're excited to be part of them.
You guys are like a regional juggernaut now in healthcare. You are all across the Great Lakes Bay region.
Yep.
Remind our listeners when that took place and how the footprint now looks here in the Great Lakes Bay region.
So we had Ascension join us back in, it'll be a year. So we're celebrating our integration next month with our friends in Saginaw, Standish, and Tawas, and the footprint is growing. And when I say those 3 areas, that's just where the medical centers are, but the family physician offices, we're in Frankenmuth, Chesaning, and I've done some visits earlier in the spring with the chambers of commerce in those areas, and it's just outstanding to meet so many new faces. And and just expand in those areas too.
It is one of those things when we talk about having to get used to it.
Yeah.
I've caught myself several times. I'm like, Ascension, well, I'm like, oh no. So what do we call the hospital in Saginaw officially? So that we all are saying it the right way.
My Michigan Medical Center, Saginaw.
Okay, so the St. Mary's isn't even there anymore.
No, it's not. And when I was visiting with Kristen earlier, she called it St. Mary's, and she looked at me, and I'm like, but I get it. It's hard to make that transition. We expect it'll be that way
I
for a
talked to
while.
someone yesterday who said mid-Michigan, and I actually had to say, well, it's my Michigan now.
Oh, thanks, Tara.
You're welcome.
Yeah, see, it takes a village. We just got to train you up.
So I think we can probably still get away with saying St. Mary's and be forgiven, because how can you get in
Absolutely.
trouble for saying St. Mary's
You
and
can't.
something that's
Yeah.
been there?
Yeah.
But we will work on getting the lingo and making sure that we're saying correctly. We're going to take a break. When we come back, Millie, I want to talk about my Michigan's role and all that you do here at the Dow Championship.
Hey, it's Charlie Rood here.
Good morning and welcome back to the Art Lewis Show. It's Matt Fallon with Tara Jaliga from the Great Lakes Bay Regional Alliance.
Good morning.
We are live at the Midland Country Club for the Dow Championship. We're going to be here all week for the next couple days. And they moved us locations from where we do the show. And they probably gave us the greatest location on the course.
It's beautiful.
We're overlooking 18. We can see the island hole. We can see where people tee off. We can see greens. It is beautiful out there. The little bit of rain that was there has stopped. We see pro-am groups walking through. And it truly is kind of one of those times, folks, when we want to showcase the Great Lakes Bay region. I don't know if there's an event better than the Dow Championship, because it's late June. It's thankfully, Terry Henney came through. It's not 97 degrees. It's not so sweaty. It doesn't look like, a movie set in the South where everybody's sweating through every scene, which is how it felt the last couple days. It should be a beautiful weekend. Mm-hmm. And so we're here with Millie Jezier, the Public Relations Director for My Michigan Health. You guys, we were talking, that have been part of this since day one.
Yeah.
What is your role this year? Because I know you have some fun things. Yoga on the green, not in the ballroom. We're doing that, right?
It's going to be outside. We're
Oh,
super
yeah.
excited.
Sunshine,
No rain.
80 degrees.
I know.
Saturday's going to be beautiful.
Yeah, so tell us about your role here this year.
Well, you know what? This year, as in years past, we're handing out sunscreen and making sure that people are protected. So when you come through the welcome tent, please do stop by us, and we're going to give you lip balm. Yeah, do you use sunscreen, man?
Yeah, absolutely, I do. My friends in healthcare tell me that you should, no matter what your tan is.
That
yes,
is
I
true.
do.
Some of us tan more easily, but sunscreen is always a very good protectant for our skin.
Lip balm has become much more important as I get older in the sun.
Yes.
And we
So,
have that, too.
100%. Yes.
Yeah.
Flavor is spearmint this year. I've been asked many times. I'm going to have to keep switching it every year because people do like the
And
surprise.
it's got SPF in it, right?
It sure does.
Yeah. My son can be in the sun for a long time, and he will wake up the next day and his lips will be
Giant.
giant.
Yeah. It's a real thing.
It is.
She has sent the photos around. It looks like a kid. He looks like he got a caricature picture.
go!
Wow, getting
I
a
haven't my
caricature.
kid.
I want to see one. You'll have to show me sometime.
Yes.
Yeah, so we're out here in the Big Tent, and this year we have joined with our athletic trainers. They provide the first aid on site, and they are in our tent, which we love because we've gotten to see a lot of people stop by for their blood pressure
You mean like my
checks.
Mish athletic trainers? Mm-hmm. And so where are they normally at? Are they in schools or what?
So normally in the summertime they are in schools, or they're working with, well, in the summertime when there's like camps and stuff, they'll be
Okay.
out at the schools. But the summer is kind of a slower time for them, so they are joining us to
Nice.
provide our first aid and they have done that actually every year. But this is the first time they're in the Big Tent with us.
And you guys have historically been a great sponsor of this event. So is this the type of event that you treat your employees to, your doctors to? Are
Yeah.
we going to see a big contingent of My Michigan families
Yes.
out here?
Saturday is My Michigan Health Day, so we do have their tickets for our employees are for any day tickets. So we kind of see them throughout the weekend when they're out here. But we have a big employee base that comes out to watch. It's a great event. But I'm most excited about Yoga on the Green. That's on Saturday.
So what does that look like? How many people? What goes on?
We've
What-
got 100 people. Right now, there's still registrations open, so get your tickets.
Tara,
It's
no
on-
excuses. We're going to need you at Yoga on the Green
Yeah,
as a regional
I
ambassador.
couldn't
to be a part of
imagine
this.
anything better than having thousands of spectators watching me do a boat pose.
Well, it's at 8 a.m., so hopefully there won't be thousands
Okay,
at that point.
okay,
But yeah,
good.
But it'll be on the 17th green, and we've got our whole team of yoga enthusiasts that are going to come and join us.
That is fun.
And there's
Are you going to be out there, Millie?
Well, I won't this year. But I was last year, and we were in the ballroom, and it was still as great. But we're going to be outside
love
on
yoga.
Saturday.
If it was going to be both of you, I would have advertised the heck out of this to
Oh,
make sure
Lord.
that we had
We could have
big
made it a
crowds out
fundraiser.
here. Yeah.
Well,
could've-
so your $5, if you come out and join us, is going to go to the Party Cancer Wellness Center
Oh,
at My
nice.
Michigan Health to help support our cancer patients.
Nice.
So it will be a donation of sorts.
And notice that Millie, that my Michigan Health actually had
yes, we
her